Welcome to the information session on B407, our postgraduate certificate of financial planning at George Brown College. My name is Carolyn Paulus, and I am a proud program coordinator of this program. Why am I so proud, you may wonder? Well, I am proud because I have seen the success of our graduates after they leave us at George Brown College. After a short 8 months, these students are ready to embrace their career in personal financial planning. And I could assure you, many of them have done great things. This could be you. Let's do an overview of this program. It is a graduate certificate at the Ontario College level. Postgrad certificates are absolutely growing in popularity every day. Why? Well, in general, they're full-time programs that within 2 months, you can get a concise set of education that it makes you employment ready for the field of your choice. As I mentioned, it is a full-time program and would be completed in 2 full semesters if you are full-time. Historically, this program has been an in-class program only. Having said that, now that we have offered alternate delivery due to COVID, we will be moving forward in the future and still standing by our very popular in-class program, especially convenient for those who live in the GTA area and international students who want to come to the Toronto area. But for those who may not be able to join us or that are working full-time, we are hoping that starting fall 2022, we will have a sprinkling of courses available to you in an alternate delivery format. We take new intakes of students in all semesters. So fall, winter, or spring. You can start any time with us, and it is open to both domestics and international students. One of the key attributes about our program, which may differ from some of our competitors, is that we still commit to keep our class sizes relatively small, probably around 50 students. Now, that is absolutely for sure if you are coming to join us in person, that those class sizes will be maintained. And even in the online or alternate delivery environment, we still strive to keep the class size small. This allows us to do more engaging things with and group work and breakout groups with our classes. It doesn't matter if you are there in person with us or in an alternate delivery format. Oh, okay, let's talk about what you're going to learn. It is a postgraduate certificate with an emphasis on personal finance. You will learn everything that you need to know to help your clients achieve their life goals through an approach of managing their financial affairs. Money is the way we achieve our life goals. It is a means to an end. And as such, you will learn technical knowledge and strategies relating to financial management, how to manage our cash flow, how to budget, how to grow our wealth, how to manage our debt, investment management. What do we invest our savings in order to grow our wealth? Retirement planning, such a key area now, especially since many of employers don't offer comprehensive pension plans anymore, as they did, let's say, when my parents grew up. So it's very important for us to start planning for our retirement and not just hoping that one day we will have enough. Income tax planning, my personal favorite, because you can save tax if you know the rules and know how to plan, both to save tax, minimize tax today and in the future. Insurance and risk management. This one, a lot of people don't like to talk about, but every day We all face the risk of financial loss if we get sick, if somebody should become disabled, if somebody should die. So you will learn all about how to manage that risk and mitigate it. And estate planning. How do we pass our hard-earned money and all of our cherished assets on to those we love, either prior to death or at death? And how do we do it in an effective way? So now that we've talked about at a high level everything that you are going to learn, why would you choose George Brown College? I've already mentioned to you, and I'm sure as an informed consumer, you know that there are all sorts of competitor programs. Well, I can tell you the one attribute that I stand firm in is that George Brown College has great faculty that are committed to personal financial planning. CFPs, there are many certified financial planners in the full and part-time faculty contingent who have strong connections with FP Canada and the broader financial services industry. Industry input from they put their input into our curriculum, and we have our curriculum approved as both a core curriculum and an advanced curriculum with FP Canada. In our 2 semesters, you will take every course that you need to attain industry licenses. So if you want to get a job and you may be in the investment industry, we teach you through Canadian Investments 1 and Canadian Investments 2, everything that you will need to know to get your CSC 1 and your CSC 2. One of the key attributes and really interesting things about George Brown College, right in the heart of the city, is that we have a great diversity of students. The background and experience, we have a large international contingent, but Toronto itself is such a diverse city that there's so much experience and, not only experience in financial planning, but our students have different life experiences that they can bring to the table when we are doing financial planning. Our admission requirements are that you need to be completed an advanced diploma or a bachelor's degree. The advanced diploma or bachelor's degree do not have to be in anything business related. So you may have chosen to take, a history degree in your prior education. That's absolutely fine. We will teach you everything from 0 to 100 to everything that you need to know within our 2 semesters of courses. In rare situations, if you don't have an advanced diploma or a bachelor's degree, you could try to apply if you have relevant work experience that you think would demonstrate some of the competencies that an advanced diploma or a bachelor's degree would help you bring to the table. What are our courses? Well, I've already mentioned that we teach you everything right from ground 0 to 100. We teach you, and one of the only post-grad certificates, especially in the GTA, that has a full course that is committed to math of finance and investment. This is not the same as your high school math. This like not calculus or relations. This is math of investments, the math of finance. And that's a big tool. That course will give you lots of tools in your toolkit to do financial planning. As I mentioned, there's investment courses. Those mirror the Canadian Securities Course 1 and 2, which are licensing courses and often entry requirements into the financial services industry. One course that gives you all the fundamentals of personal financial planning, retirement planning, family and business law, and income tax fundamentals. We also provide a career planning course for you. This ensures that when you graduate, you will be employment ready and ready to launch your career when you leave George Brown College. In semester 2, insurance, another investments course, more income tax, and as I mentioned before, estate planning. In FIN 4012, that's the advanced financial planning course, you will take all of the knowledge that you have from all of your other courses and put it together to start addressing client scenarios and cases and start doing personal financial planning. As I mentioned, we have employment-ready grads in our B407 program. You have the Canadian Securities course. These are all industry requirements that you might see in job descriptions. The Canadian Securities course 1 and 2, you will have learned everything that you need to go and write those course examinations with the third party. Again, you don't get them at George Brown College, but you have the knowledge that you need, and if you choose to, you can go write the Canadian Securities course exam with the Canadian Securities Institute. Similarly, if you're interested in a career of life insurance, you will have learned everything that you need to know to challenge that exam. As far as a career specifically in financial planning, the Qualified Associate Financial Planner, which is the entry-level designation offered by FP Canada, and the Certified Financial Planner, you have the curriculum requirements met to pursue those exams. One of the most popular questions we get is, do you have a co-op? And I absolutely understand why students want to have a co-op program. However, when you finish your 8 months with us, you do not want to be hired as a co-op student. And to be quite frank, employers don't want to hire you as a co-op student. A co-op student often implies that you don't have all the competencies that you need in order to assume a full-time role. But you absolutely do when you finish at George Brown College in the B407 program. So the faculty, when we were designing this course, made a conscious decision not to put that co-op program in there, because that means you can't graduate unless you have an employer who is going to check off that box for you. Instead, we graduate you and we say that you are ready for full-time employment. And many of our employers would agree, and they are ready to make the investment in you, not for 3 or 4 months like a co-op term, but for the indefinite future. And I can say that this is a fairly good decision. And within 6 months of graduation, anecdotally, I could assure you that most of our students are employed in the financial services industry. What kind of jobs will you get when you graduate from B407? Well, not everybody will step right into their dream role upon graduation. Sometimes you have to take an entry-level role in order to go get in. However, with the B407 and any of those industry credentials in your back pocket, you absolutely will be qualified for financial advisor or planner roles, personal banking officers. If your interest is in investments, you could become an investment advisor, a retirement planner. Again, often they look for a short period of entry-level experience, and then you will be ready to move because you have that B407 completed. One thing that is very important to note, and this is relatively new in Ontario, is that legislation just passed at the end of March 2022, that if you are going to hold yourself out as a financial advisor or planner, that you will need a minimum credential in financial planning. So that means that if you ever, aspire to be a financial advisor or a financial planner, you could be the best financial advisor or planner, but you will still need to show them likely the QAFP or the CFP, or another financial planning credential. Again, this is very new, and we anticipate that our B407 program is very well aligned to help you achieve that as you aspire towards a financial planning career. As I said, students will often either while they're with George Brown College or right upon leaving, they will complete their Canadian Securities 1 and 2. You have to complete those with the Canadian Securities Institute, because that is often sort of a feather in your cap or a minimum requirement that will give you an advantage just to get into the financial institutions. I always tell students to get in and look around. Look around at what jobs you want, what areas of the financial institution interest you the most. I've already shared with you that there will be higher demand for people who have and can attain a financial planning credential in the future. And often some students, when they complete B407, they will often work in the industry at a financial institution for a short period of time, and then often opt to become a fee-based financial planner or financial planning assistant. At George Brown College, we are very, very proud of some of the networking opportunities that we provide to our financial planning students. We are regular participants in the CIFPS case competition, and I may say our students have always performed very well in that competition. That gives you a great exposure to the industry and networking opportunities. We always have employers coming on campus. Even in the virtual environment, we are having career fairs as we go on. Speed mentoring and guest speakers. We're always taking steps to help you figure out who it is that you want to be when you leave B407. So what's our next steps? I'm so hopeful that you will join us at George Brown College. May 2022 is the next open term for intake, okay? And that's just around the corner. However, of course, remember, starting in May 2022, we will be taking new students every semester. So May 2022, fall 2022, winter 2023, and the list goes on. Visit georgebrown.ca with a /407 to see the application steps. And of course, if you have any further questions, feel free to drop me a line. Mention that you saw this information session and that you have more questions. I'll be happy to answer them, and it would also help me understand if there are more popular questions that should be included in our welcoming information session in the future. So thank you, and I look forward to seeing you in class soon.